Hey guys, what's up? Empress G is here. So you know what? I got a few comments and people tell me how they do fried dumpling, and it doesn't really have the effect I wanted. So if I could just show how I make my fried dumpling come out moist and nice. So this is what I'm gonna do. So I have 2 cups of flour there, folks, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And you see, one of the big thing too, folks, with doing flour and stuff like that is your baking powder. You have to make sure that the baking powder is fresh, and one way doing that is to keep the baking powder, once you open it, in the fridge, because otherwise if you keep it in the cupboard, folks, it go flat. So when you do your dumpling, that's one of the main thing there. The baking powder, fresh baking powder, and keep it in the fridge, folks. Keep it in the fridge, and it will last you a while. But if you leave it outside, after a while in the cupboard, it's heated, and basically it's just gonna it will affect baking and your dumplings. So I put 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 cups of flour, and I'm just gonna put about I don't use a lot of salt, so I'm just gonna put about half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, and I'm using Himalayan salt. And you know what, to put sugar in, there's a choice, folks. I don't really put sugar in my dumpling. I just put it in festival. So like I said, that's a choice, a personal choice. I don't use sugar in my dumpling. Okay, and now I'm using some coconut milk. Gonna be this is what I'm using to make my dumpling. Coconut milk. Okay, so I'm just using, and if you don't have enough and run out, just add a little water. But I love using coconut milk in my dumpling, so this is it, and it doesn't get any. That's the good fat you have right there, folks. So that's what I use for my dumpling, coconut milk, to make it. If I don't have any, then I use water, but coconut milk, folks, it gives your dumpling awesome. It makes it nice, airy and fluffy, so this is it. So that's what I basically use. And your dumpling shouldn't be too, it should be on the wet side, folks, because you're not boiling dumpling. This is fried dumpling, so you don't wanna get it too dried out. Okay, so it's on the moist side, and then once you finish, you're gonna leave it to rest, for about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so this what I have here right now is this consistency is very good. Let's put in the rest of the coconut milk. And you're just gonna leave it to rest for a bit, about 20 minutes, and then when you come back, it's all ready. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to this because I didn't want to waste the coconut milk, so I just use it in it. So I'm gonna add a little more flour to just make it a little bit drier. And folks, when you fry your dumpling, fry it in a small pot that not a huge pot where you have to add a lot of oil to. That's why I'm going to be using that pot, and I'm going to be using my coconut milk. So I'm going to add a little bit more flour to it and leave it to rest. And it feels so nice right there now, folks. Feels so good. Yeah, it's all about the baking powder though, folks. I believe it's all about the baking powder. So let me just see if this flour will be enough. And you knead it. You give it a good knead, and before you do it again, when you leave it for rest and come back, you knead it up some more. Yeah. A little bit more flour. This should do. So just knead it, and you want to have it on the moist side. Okay. See, that's it. I just wipe on your bowl, wipe everything down. This is good. I just give it a bit of kneading. It feels so light right now, folks. And if you're doing about 3 cups, then you add another teaspoon of baking powder to it. This is the way I get a workout. Oh my goodness, folks, it feels so light. So folks, I am gonna leave it there. I'm gonna just cover it, leave it there for about 20 minutes. And when I get back, I'm gonna put a damp towel over it. Getting a dishcloth to put over it. And what I do, I make sure the towel is wet and cover it right over so it doesn't stay there and dry out, okay? Let me just wash my hands. I'm going to leave that there for about 20 minutes, folks. Make sure the cloth is cold. You run it under cold water, then you're going to put it over it. And I'm using one of my tea towels. Yeah, just use something clean, folks. Use a tea towel. Okay, and it's cold, cold, cold. And I'm just going to put it over it. This side is white, so I'm putting this side down. Just leave it like that for 20 minutes. And when I come back, we'll start the frying, okay? So I'll be back. So, guys, I'm back. And I'm multitasking right now, showing how to do the dumpling. But I'm also cooking up some ackee and saltfish. So it's the onion and the vegetable stew, you know, because the ackee wasn't the main focus. But I said, you know, what we're going to eat with, everybody said they want ackee and saltfish. So right now I have the ackee, the onion and stuff up there right now. And the saltfish is here and the ackee is plain. So you know that ackee tree don't go in Canada, so it's from the tin. So right now in my dumpling pot in the back, the fried dumpling, I put a few pieces of garlic, and I'm gonna lower the stove now, folks, because one thing with dumpling, if you have it on a high heat and it doesn't cook, so I'm gonna put this for the ackee in the back so you can see. And I'm using this pan here for my dumpling, you know, because it's a deep pan and it holds more, you know, the oil. And instead of using a wide pan, you have to use twice the amount of oil. So I put some onions, a few pieces of garlic in there right now, and I lower the heat. So this is the flour here now, folks. It's been sitting there for a while. I bring this over a bit so you can see it. And it is so, look at that. It is so fluffy, folks. Look at that. It's light. It's been there. I leave it for about half an hour, a good half an hour. So I'm going to just start, like I said, I'm multitasking right now. So my ackee and salt, the onion, I'm putting a little bit of oregano, a little bit of herbs in that one, a little bit of rosemary. That's the easy one in the back. So the oil here, I don't want to get it too heated, so I'm just let it cool down a bit. Okay. And I'm gonna add let me just finish up the ackee first anyway, folks, okay? Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. We should finish up the ackee. So this is the onion and all of that stuff cooking there right now. And I'm gonna add some jerk seasoning in it. Got a little bit of gayu and some jerk seasoning. And you see me do this a few times already, folks. So yeah, but I love my jerk seasoning in it because the jerk seasoning is having just about everything you can think of, so that gives it a kick up, you know. So I'm going to put a little bit of jerk seasoning in it. It's cut wanted and everything, but I prefer to use that because it has so much flavor in it right now. I like to put a little bit of paprika in my in it also. So let me just get this out of the way. I wasn't gonna do this on camera, but I started and realized that it's time to put in the so this is the saltfish going in here. Okay. I don't like to use too much saltfish in my ackee because what it does, it just takes away from the ackee. So that's a good amount right there. Not too much. I'm just gonna drop a scotch bonnet pepper in it. I'm not gonna burst it right now, folks. I'm just gonna drop it in there. So I might as well just finish this up, folks. So this is the seasoning. The onion, some bell peppers, tomato, all of that in it. And I'm gonna add in the ackee right now. Okay. And like I said, the ackee is from a tin, but we get very good tin ackee. You know, so I'm not gonna about that. So I don't like to mash my ackee up. Just slightly turn it over, fold it over. You know, and yeah. So you see, when you don't put too much saltfish in there, don't overpower your ackee, you know. Look at that. That's how you want it. That's how you want to have your ackee. I'm going to drop a little bit of cracked black pepper. And you know, cracked black pepper gives your stuff a lot of flavor, folks. Lots of flavor. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Not too much because we have the jerk seasoning. And the pepper, I didn't burst the pepper in it though. So that's the ackee right there. So I just put the scotch bonnet on top. Yeah, I see people do ackee sometimes and it like soup. No, I don't want that for my ackee. So, good. Very good. So that's the ackee right there, folks. So I'm just gonna put that aside right now and start my dumplings. So the oil is heated already for the dumpling. Oh, I didn't realize that stove was on. Let me just turn that off. Okay. So let me just cover the ackee right there. And now we're gonna go for the dumpling. So the oil is heated right there, folks. I put a few pieces of garlic. And that's one thing when you do when you're doing anything, especially the dumpling, you put a little piece of garlic in there. It flavors the oil. You could use onion or scallion or whatever, or thyme. And folks, this is the dumpling here right now. And see, folks, look, it's light. It is so light. So I'm just gonna start putting them in right now. Okay. And I just, yeah. And you're gonna be on a very low heat. I just keep turning them over and over because you want to make sure that they're cooked. So you're not gonna look for a high heat for that. So in the sense, I'm gonna put on the heat way down low. The flour, folks, it's like here. It's light. This is how your flour should be when you're doing your fried dumpling. It's light as here. So when it cooks, oh, it's moist and nice. Okay. And on a medium to low heat, folks. And don't crowd it. I'm just putting in 4. And you see, by me using this size pot, I have the amount of oil I need. If I do a wider pot, then I would have to put twice the amount of oil. And sometimes you don't have that much oil, you know. So by doing it this way, yeah. So I put 4 in right now. And I'm just going to flip them over. Yeah. See the color? That's what I'm looking for. So you just keep flipping them over. Okay? You don't let them get too done on one side. And you see I have that on a low heat, folks. And look how, you see it's good when you can regulate the heat, you know. If I was using a wood stove or a coal stove, I would have to, in order to regulate that heat, you have to remove some of that from there. And it's sort of the same process, you know. So flip them over. Just keep flipping them over because you want them to be done. You don't want them just to be cooked on the outside, and inside is still you know, inside is raw. And that's what I see a lot of dumplings. I haven't seen a restaurant. The dumpling look big and nice on the outside, and inside, folks, when you open it, it's raw. And that's what you know I do not want with my dumplings. Yeah. Just keep flipping them over. Yeah. Over like that. Yeah. And the garlic give it, and you see this whole, folks, after this, you could even use this fry some fish or whatever. You know, like I don't really use recycle oil, but that these are dumpling, and you know, it's pretty clean. You know, if it was fry anything else like any meat or anything, I always discard that oil. Yeah. Money, I don't do much stuff frying that I have to use recycle oil, and you know. And I'm gonna get a dish here to put them in when I'm done. And you want like so you keep them not moist, and you could use a dishcloth. I just put a piece of paper towel down there in the dish to keep them nice and moist. So those ones are almost finished, so I'm just gonna these feel so light and nice on my hand, folks, the dumpling. This, you know, I can't tell you enough how light. This is it. When you make your flour, you just put them down and let they just like if you're baking a bread, and leave it the flour to set. And when you go back, when you're ready, it's light. But the whole thing is, folks, for frying dumpling, it has to. It's in the as I said before, it's within the baking powder. Because if you have a baking powder that is flat and no good, you're gonna get very tough dumpling. Simple as that. Yeah, it's the number one thing when you're doing fried dumpling is your baking powder. So that's why when I said and I learned this from a chef long time ago. He said when you open a baking powder, put it in the fridge. Yeah, and that keeps it fresh right through. But when you open up and leave it up in that cupboard, after a while it lose you know, it lose its texture. What's supposed to really work, it lose that. So this is it. So folks, these ones are done right now, and I can take them out and see, very good. So folks, I'm just gonna finish up here, then I'll come right back and finish up everything. Okay, all right. Yes guys, yes guys, yes guys, we're done, we're back, and that's the beautiful golden dumpling right there. We also call them fried Johnny cake. That's them right there, folks. That's what they look like. Beautiful. Okay, let me open one for you to show you how moist these things are, folks. Oh, that one is so hot. They you know, I always but they take them out and they drain. They didn't come up with a lot of you know, oil in them. That's one thing we use coconut. Look folks, this one is so hot. I have to get one that's not too hot, folks. Folks, look at that, look at that, look at that, folks. Look at that moistness. Woo. That's a fried dumpling, folks. And the difference is, as I said before, it is the baking powder. Yeah. So right now, folks, I'm gonna plate up a few and show you with some ackee and saltfish. And doesn't matter how they shape, folks. The most important thing that they're soft and nice Yeah. Doesn't matter how they shape. Yeah. And these are just so nice, soft and tender. And this one is gonna be with some ackee. That's why I did the ackee earlier on. People want ackee and saltfish, and that's one of the best things when you do fried dumpling. Ackee and saltfish. And back in the days, if you were a pork eater, you'd have some fried pork up in this thing, you know. Anyway, my pears, they're not ripe. I have 6 of them here, and none of them do me justice yet because I buy them green. So I'm just gonna have to put this with oh, and that's my tea here, folks. That's my I did a video early on, folks, with the pear seed tea. That's what I'm gonna have, because every time I heat, folks, I prefer to have something warm, and that's a good thing to you know, to heat, to go down with. I don't like drinking cold stuff, so I'm just gonna put a few pieces of tomato here. because I was looking for the avocado, but like I said, no avocado is ripe as yet. So I'm just putting that, a few pieces of tomatoes, nice tomatoes. And so this is the fried dumpling here. I put another one because this is for display. Okay, another one there, folks. So that is the fried dumpling there, folks, and ackee. So it's rendered up with some good old-fashioned ackee and saltfish. So this is the fried dumpling here, and this is the one. This one I can't stop eating, folks. That's it right there, and that's how you do fried dumpling. My mouth is full, and oh god, it tastes so good. Wow. And okay, let me strain my tea. So I'm gonna have this is avocado seed and ginger tea. I did a video early on. This is the tea of the day. Avocado tea with ginger, folks, and this is have so much health benefit, and it also tastes very good. You can even drink it with milk if you want milk in it. But like I said, I learned to you know, cut down on a lot of sugar and stuff, and honestly, folks, I drink it like this and I'm good. So this is the ackee and saltfish there. Let me move everything out of the way so you have a better view. So that's fried dumpling, fried Jamaican dumpling, ackee and saltfish right there. So folks, it not get no better than that, you know. And it's with some avocado seed tea, avocado and ginger tea. And folks, the benefit of that, you just gotta go googling what is the benefit of avocado seed tea, and you're gonna come up with so much goodness, folks. So folks, please like, share and subscribe, and please go over and support Jamie Hood, Richard Brown, Soldier, and Lizzie, Public Report, all of those guys, okay? And Empress G too, and Marie and Mello down in Florida. Well, you know, I'm so happy for Marie. They only get a bit of wind. Their house is still intact and everybody's okay, but a lot of people did not fare that well, folks. So we just have to just pray for everybody, okay? So folks, that is it right there. Fried Jamaican dumpling, moist and nice, with ackee and saltfish, the national dish. Big up Jamaica, you know we do it already. Big up yard, okay, folks? So folks, please enjoy, okay? Please enjoy, like, share and subscribe to the channel. And for those people already subscribed, I do appreciate it so much. Thank you very much. And like I said, we're mixing up the channel, and pretty soon a movie is there, trailer, and one will be coming shortly in full view. So the channel is gonna be mixed up, a little bit cooking, health, and at the same time you could cook one of my dishes, sit down and watch a good movie straight from Jamaica. Okay, folks, we have to support yard, right? All right, everybody, big up yourself. Peace.